found a dream that I can speak to.
Hey guys, it's Caitlin, and today I'm going to be showing you my skincare routine at the moment. This video is going to be split up into morning, evening, and then tips and tricks at the end. So if you're interested in the tips and tricks, you can skip forward to that if you want to. For each of the products, I'm going to try to go into depth of when and why I use them, because I do have some multiples for like face wash and moisturizer. Before we actually get into the video, I forgot to mention I am titling this video College Gave Me Acne Skincare Routine, and I'm not joking when I say college gave me acne. My skin is clear all summer, and then when I come to school, I end up breaking out because I get so stressed, and it ends up being cystic acne at the beginning of the year, which is so difficult to get rid of and is so painful. Luckily right now I have the cystic acne under control, but around finals week and when I get stressed, I tend to get more cysts. This routine is sort of how I keep that in check and try to make sure I don't get cysts. And yeah, with everything said now, let's get into the video. My skincare is most intense at night, so in the morning what I do mainly is I just rinse my face off just to get off the excess oil. I moisturize my face pretty heavily at night, so rinsing off my face is important in the morning. I don't usually wash my face in the morning, but if I do, I use my Glossier Milk Jelly cleanser, and this is a really gentle face cleanser, like one of the most gentle I've ever used. And it's pretty moisturizing too, so it's just a really nice one to use in the morning when your face isn't dirty, but you just need to get off the excess oil that you might have from sleeping overnight. Occasionally I'll use solution in the morning. Usually I only do that in the summer. I more so use this once at night in the winter just because it can dry out your skin. You can use solution 2 or 3 times a day, but it's because my skin is dry right now. I rarely use it in the morning. I usually only use it at night. After applying the solution, I follow it up with one of the Glossier serums. I usually use Super Bounce, but I'm using this serum today just because I ran out of my Super Bounce serum. Super Bounce is my favorite serum. I highly, highly recommend it. After I put on solution in the serum, I follow it up with a moisturizer, and today I use the Glossier Priming Moisturizer because I did plan on doing my makeup for the day, and this is just a great base to use. If you guys are interested in my daily makeup routine, look at the previous video. Midday I don't really do any skincare. I might wipe off excess oil if I need to, just because I do use a lot of moisturizer and sometimes it can get a little oily. But recently I really haven't had any issues or had to do any skincare midday. In the evening, I try to take off my makeup as soon as possible because you really don't want makeup, even if it's a light face of makeup, to sit on your skin for a really long time. You want to get that off of your face as soon as possible. So I have 4 different face washes I could possibly use in the evening, and all of them I use at different times. And I do like switching it up every now and then because your face sort of gets used to the same cleanser. So this just keeps my routine sort of mixed up. The first one is the Milk Jelly Cleanser. I'll use that if my skin is really dry or if I didn't wear makeup that day, just because it's really gentle on my skin and also moisturizes at the same time. Next is my Aveeno Clear Complexion face wash, and this is a foaming face wash. I like using this with my spin brush. This one is really gentle as well, but it also works really well removing oil and makeup. This one I use way less often than the others. This is usually sitting in the shower because I use this following really busy days where I'm sweating, or if I work out, or if I go to polo, when I know my face is gross and it feels gross and I just want to completely strip my face of all oil and dirt. This is my go-to face wash for that. So I don't use this as often because it makes my face really dry, but it does get the job done. And then last but not least is my Aveeno Positively Radiant face wash. This one I use in the shower as well, and it just gives your skin a really nice glow. It's gentle as well, and it smells really good, so I really like this one too. So today I went with the Aveeno Foaming Wash just because I was using the spin brush. This spin brush is from Amazon. I'm really not sure where my brother got it from, but he bought it and I took it from home, so I'm using it now. It has a setting where it beeps after you've done, I think, 15 seconds in a spot on your face. When I'm using it, I sort of split my face into 4 parts and do the spin brush for 15 seconds on each part. So one of my cheeks is one part, the other one's the other part, my forehead is the third, and then my T-zone is the fourth, so mainly my nose. And I just do it for the time that it tells me. It just beeps and then I know to move on to the other section. And this is just to make sure I don't rush through washing my face, because you want to make sure you get a thorough clean, because more sits on your face than you think it does. After I wash my face, I go ahead and use the solution again. This actually pulls off even more dirt after you wash your face, which is insane because you feel like you got it all off, but there's always a little bit of dirt left. And this is a chemical exfoliator, so it also helps your skin to shed the dead skin cells that are left on your face. And it's just really good for clearing your complexion and sort of shrinking those little blackheads on your nose. Next, I use acne medication, and I use one of two things depending on the kind of breakout situation I'm in. If I have a couple pimples, I'll use my Zit Stick from Glossier, and if I have a full-on breakout or I feel a breakout coming on, then I use the Epiduo Forte. I really like the Epiduo Forte. You can use it as a spot treatment, but it is really strong, so I use it pretty sparingly in general anyway. It can dry out your face, so you have to follow it up with moisturizer. Today I used the Zit Stick just because I have a small breakout on my face. Of course, I've been trying to get rid of this pimple for a while. Following the acne medication, I usually use one of my Glossier serums, and then I go ahead and moisturize my face. And for moisturizer, recently I've been using the Neutrogena Hydro Boost. This is a little expensive, it's like $23, but it is the best moisturizer I think I've ever used, especially at night. It's super gentle, it feels like butter on your skin, it's so smooth, and it just dries so well on your face. So this is one of my favorite moisturizers I've ever used. If your face is dry, you can also break out, so it's really important to moisturize. And this has just been such a huge part of my night routine lately. At night, I also spray my face with the Mario Badescu Lavender and Chamomile Spray. I just think this smells so good, and I love putting it on before bed because lavender reminds me of bedtime. It just calms me down, and I think it's so nice to use. It's so refreshing. Finally, I put on some lip balm before I go to bed because usually my lips are a little dry. And this is just a great way to top off my skincare routine because your lips are part of your skincare routine as well. And yeah, that's it for my skincare routine in the evening. Now I'm going to talk about my body skincare routine because I might as well tell you about how I take care of the skin all over my body as well. So after every shower, I make sure to apply lotion and moisturizer to literally my entire body, head to toe, like even my back, just because my skin gets so dry in the winter that I just want to keep up good moisturized skin. And the two lotions I use, one is medicated and one is just a scent-free lotion. So the medicated lotion is from the dermatologist and is actually for my upper arms and the tops of my thighs. I get little bumps on my skin and I need a medicated lotion for that, and it really takes care of these when I use it on the daily, or at least every time I take a shower. So I know that there are really good smelling lotions from like Bath and Body Works and stuff, but I find that those aren't as good for you and they don't really moisturize as well either. So this Aveeno lotion is just my favorite to use. I've already gone through an entire bottle this year and I just am loving it. It's unscented and it's really good for your skin. In the shower, I always use a product before I shave, whether it's body wash, an exfoliating wash, or a shave cream. Recently, Billy sent me their shave cream and I actually love it. 10 out of 10 recommend. It doesn't really lather, but it makes your skin really smooth and it makes it so much easier to shave. I've also been using a doTERRA essential oils scented body scrub. I'm almost completely out of this and I got this at Christmas and I love it so much. It leaves your legs so smooth because it does have like an oil in it. So I've just been loving this. Now I'm going to show you guys my skincare tips and tricks. I wrote out a whole list. Tip number 1 is to drink lots of water. Keep yourself hydrated. Hydrated skin is healthy skin. Moisturized and hydrated, very important to keep your skin clear and nice even when you're stressed out. My next tip is to wash your hands very thoroughly before you wash your face because you don't want to get the bacteria that you've been collecting on your hands all day walking around to then transfer to your face. So just make sure you use a lot of friction, scrub your hands, and just make sure they're very clean before you wash your face. Don't pick pimples. This one is the hardest. I'm a huge hypocrite. I picked this one and that's why it's red and huge. Do not pick pimples unless you just have to, like it's at a complete head. Otherwise, do not touch your pimples. They go away a lot nicer and they don't leave marks like some of mine have from picking at them. It can be really difficult to do at first, especially if you are someone who picks pimples pretty often, but it gets easier as you go, I promise. Anything that touches your face, you're going to want to wash at least every 2 weeks. So this is pillowcases, hats, blankets that you might put your face on so you're not collecting oil and dirt and germs on that and transferring that to your face. Even your conditioner in your hair, like the residue from it on your pillow, can cause acne. So you want to make sure that you're keeping the things that your face touches fairly clean. When you do wash them, don't use fabric softener, use little detergent and use hot water just so you can make sure you're sanitizing these things as well. So when you are washing your face in the beginning, trying to get off whatever's on your face, use the warmest water or hottest water that you can that is comfortable for your skin. This will open up your pores and expand them and allow all the dirt and oil to come out of them, or makeup or whatever you're trying to get off. And then at the end of you washing your face, switch the water to the coldest setting that you can do. Wash your face with cold water to shrink up those pores again. Products will still be able to get into those pores, but it's just shrinking them back down so not a ton of other stuff gets into your pores either. And if you do this in the morning, which is the best time to do this, the really cold water, like icy cold water, will help with puffiness too. Or you could even use like ice cubes in a little Ziploc baggie if you have huge bags under your eyes during like finals week or something. Cold water or cold anything really does work for puffiness in your face. After working out or after being sweaty or anything like that, I do like to use the Green Glossier face mask. I think it's called Mixed Greens or something. I really can't remember. I just completely finished this face mask and it is just so nice. It's called a detoxifying face mask and it sort of tingles your face. I don't know, I just feel like this takes out that sweat and grossness after I wash my face. I don't know, I just really like it and I thought I'd recommend it to you guys because it tingles and I really like that. My last two tips are really simple. One is moisturize, especially in the winter. Skin gets really dry and a lot of people don't realize that dry skin can cause acne as well. If your skin is too oily or if it's too dry, either of those can cause acne. So in the winter, I personally struggle with having too dry of skin that causes acne, and that's why I try to stay on top of moisturizing my skin just so I can prevent getting acne just because my skin isn't moisturized. And then my final tip is when you're wearing any kind of makeup, just make sure that you take it off as soon as you possibly can. The less time you have that on your face, the better. So I have makeup on right now and in a couple hours I really won't need it on anymore. Even though it's not going to be nighttime, I'm still going to wash that off just because it's going to be more beneficial for my skin and my face if that's not sitting on my skin like all day. And yeah, those are all of my tips. Okay guys, thank you so much for watching this video. Like I said, I've wanted to share these tips and tricks with you guys for so long. Sorry if this video is a little messy. I really tried to organize it. I like wrote out 3 pages of like what I wanted to do and how I wanted to do it. But videos like these can be a little hard to film and put all together cohesively. So I hope that you guys still enjoy it. If you have any questions about any of the products or the discount code or anything like that, make sure you leave those comments down below and I will try to get back to every single one of you. Don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe to become part of the Caitlin Films family, and I will see you guys next week in another video. Peace out.
I found a dream that